Hello, this is Dennis Jaffe with a message for business families about facing the future. Like all of you, I'm shut in. And being shut in, I have to look out at my work and my business. What am I going to do? How am I going to emerge? Are my clients, are my customers going to be there? What am I going to come out to? What is business going to be like in the future? And for a business family, these concerns are very deep, and we feel very helpless being at home, not able to respond to them. We're worried about cash. Can we meet our fixed costs? We're worried about employees. Can we keep the people that have been really loyal to us, and can we continue to employ them? Will our customers be there? How can we reopen? What are the new realities? These are all the things that we're facing, and because we're shut in at home, we feel a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure to react, and not really good guidelines about how to do it. And in this time of anxiety, family businesses sometimes feel that they have to take action and they have to go against some of the values that have sustained them in the past. So, for example, many families have a set of values about respect for employees. We're all one. We all work together. We're partners. They have values about the community, values about customers. And because they've been successful, these values haven't been tested. So families are feeling that in this time of adversity, they can't really fully adhere to their values. They have to sacrifice them. And unfortunately, I think some families are reacting and taking action and doing things that they don't need to do, that go against their values. So let me give you a couple of suggestions for things that families are doing to live by their values in this time of adversity and not have to give them up and feel like failures. First is transparency. As you feel a lot of anxiety about the future, well, so does everyone else. We're all in this together. And one of the things families are doing is reaching out. They're reaching out not only to their employees and saying, what are we gonna do? They're reaching out to their customers. They're reaching out to their suppliers, and they're sharing the dilemma and saying, let us think together about what we can do and how we can do it. The second thing that they're doing is including people in a family business. For example, there are some people that are running the business in the family leaders, and they're doing things and facing challenges and pressures, and they need to bring in other family members. They need to reach out to the family and share that dilemma. So the sense of inclusiveness, and that we're all, before we rush in and do something, we have to really listen to everybody and talk things through. Maybe not everybody is a decision maker, but we have to seek them out. The third principle that I see is the idea of give and take. And that as a value-based family, you have things that you have done and that you want to do that may not be financially rewarding. But because you're giving and because you have those values, you also have to have it there. There's a sense of give and take. And for example, some businesses have to lay people off. And they do that. But they do that by including everybody in the decision, by saying, what shall we do? Shall we cut hours? Shall we cut back? How can we do this in a respectful way? They're doing things like setting up funds for employees that they've had to let go. They're helping them find other things to do. They're doing it in a respectful way with a sense of give and take. And finally, and the most exciting thing I see is that families are using this as an opportunity to do things, to find new opportunities and to try out new ideas. They're looking at new ways of working. They're looking at new products. They're looking at ways to do things more effectively. So the challenge is, in these tough times, and there are many challenges, the challenge is, how can I live by my values? How can I continue them in a time of adversity. Our value is something that we can have in wonderful, abundant times, but that we have to sacrifice. And I want to suggest that it may be difficult and it may not be perfect, but I think as a family business, we can continue to live by our values even in times of adversity. Thank you.